Bonjour, hello, I'm Mathieu Hocine, I'm a French musician. I was born in Paris and I spent some years in Corsica as a kid. And then I've been in Marseille in the south of France since like forever. I make music that you can call electropop, I guess, because it's a mix of pop song structures with, verses and choruses, and electronic instruments, like a lot of drum machines and keyboards and synthesizers. And mainly I try to make music that put listeners in a good mood. There is no something sweet. There is no fear or bad feeling or threat in my music. It's all like a sweet cocoon. Traveling too, it can be a good source of inspiration because you are out of your comfort zone and you meet new people and new languages and new food and new smells, and sometimes it can be very inspiring too. And just being alone in the city and being hit by all of this energy that you don't know, sometimes it can increase your creative process, help you to be more creative. But at the same time, that's why I told you at first that there was not typical recipe, because it can be the opposite of traveling, because that's what happened on the last album Lovers. Because we for the album before Lovers, it was Play Me Again, and we make like a very big a tour with that lasts very long, and with we play in very far away countries. And so instead of being inspiring by traveling, each time I went back to Marseille and that I saw the beauty of the city and the light and the sun and the sea, that's what makes inspiring. So it's not necessarily like traveling, it was traveling back that was inspiring that time. And I think that most generally my way of doing it is to keep on working every day. Sometimes you spend the whole day doing something that you think that doesn't sound great, but at the end of the day it's still helpful to have it, because sometimes like 6 months after you are listening to it and you think that is great. And so it's a little bit like seeds that you plant and that grows by themselves, and then you listen to them 6 months later, and then they are like beautiful trees. Also I try to archive, to save, backuping like everything, most of the time noting things on a piece of paper, or sending me audio notes, or I don't know, like try to keep all of the ideas that comes to you as possible, in any way possible. And also I think it's important to keep ears open on everything that is released as music, like to not being closed and locked, not to lock yourself in a style, or like to listen to any music possible, and to try to be open to all of the energy that comes from all of that music that is like all over the world. And it's so easy, even especially now with the streaming, and when you open Spotify, for instance, you have like 1,000 style of music that you can listen to, and I think it's really inspiring. When you just finish a song, when you think about all of the path the steps that the song went through to become a song, sometimes it's really crazy, because once it's done, it think like, people think that it's like a 3-minute song and it's like beautiful, a verse, chorus, but the way of writing it, sometimes it's like full of ambush and full of accidents, and I have some audio examples for you. So first we're gonna start with a song called Moon. We had this folk loop that I made. It was like a very like a simple guitar and bass and drums loop. And Julia came with the hummed melody. The two of it together, it goes like this. So it was like the main vocals with the folk music. And then we were not really happy with this one, so we tried a lot of more electronic way of producing it. So we had this electronic synthesizer and drum machines loop. And so we put I've tried to do it so we can put the Julia voice on it, so it went like this. And then after this, with Simon from French 79, who is the producer of the album, we tried to find like 1,000 chord progressions, and then we realized that I picked the good one, and then we had this drop, and it went like once again it was like a memo, because Julia was next to me, and so we were recording in this very room, and so she asked me, so we said we need a drop, and she asked me what kind of drop do you want me to do. So I was just like, didn't know really what to say, so just say something like, and it went like, and we see later. But once again, it's something that you start as a memo, and then you realize that you have nothing to change on it, because after a while and after different tries, you realize that you realize that the song is right in front of you. So it ended up like this.
And it went like...
Okay, the second example is the player, is one of my favorite, because I'm very proud of this one, really proud of the chorus, and you're gonna get why. The song with the verse, but with no chorus, and for like 6 months. So we had something like this. The song was all clear in my mind that the song was the good production, and there was nothing to change about it, but we needed a chorus. So for 6 months, it was something like this.
You say goodbye, good riddance. I say amen. We both know it's over. Let's end it again.
So you see, you hear no chorus. So it's something really hard to find when you need a chorus, to find one, Some musicians do it very well, but I'm not really good at it. And so I dig into all of the songs that I was working on at that time, and I find this little loop that I really liked. I really liked the main theme, but not really the loop. And it was going like this. So I took this main melody out, so this one. And asked Julia to sing it on a chorus of the player. And the song ended like this. And I'm really proud of this one. Okay, the next example, it's very important for me on the last album called Lovers, because we started the song with a singer called Sarah Rebecca, and I sent her a bunch of loops to sing on it, and she sent me back this very nice vocal melody. I loved it, but I was not really happy with my loop, my music on it. And so I tried to make her, to make sound dancing around her voice by changing the chord, tempo arrangement, even sampling in her voice. It was like a nightmare because I tried like 1,000 different options. This is the song as it ended.
I've got to find you and look you in the eye to see if I can love you.
So at first I had this small electronic loop that she sang on it. It went like this. So that's what I sent to her, and she sang on it like this.
I've got to find you and look you in the eye to see if I can love you.
But I was not really happy with this one, so I tried like a slow one.
I've got to find you and look you in the eye to see if I can love you.
And then we had, I've tried with, by sampling, the voice and use it on as notes. So one of the 1,000 options. And suddenly we had this conversation with Simon, still the producer of the album, and he said to me, "Why not make an orchestral one, like classical music?" And I was really thrilled, like so happy with this question, because as we say in French, we have an expression saying avoir plusieurs cordes à son arc, which means to have many strings to your bow. And what I try to make when I make music is to album after album to add influences and add a new style and new type of production, so I can have like many strings to my bow. And so I never did an orchestral, a classical one before. So we did it with Simon, and it ended like this beautiful orchestral slow. Two other short examples of the different paths that the song can take to go from a song to go from ideas to song. It's the first one is Eu Quero. It's a Portuguese song of my last album, Lovers. And once again, it's another string to my bow, because I didn't have like a Portuguese song before. So it starts like an electropop song like this.
Quando chego, essa luz vermelha
and ended up like this.
Quando chego, essa luz vermelha.
Very proud of this one too. And the last one is a song called Over on the last album, Lovers too.
Failing for a sign, this is over.
Another string to the bow because it's the first song that goes in a ternary beat. So many it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 instead of 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So as you see, there is like a lot of conflicts, a lot of questions that I'm asking to myself when I'm making a song, and the main one is the one that everybody is asking you is, how do you know when a song is finished or not? And I have a little technique for this, is to try to picture myself in a room full of strangers, like in a bar or on stage, with the song that I've just done that I think is finished, like playing on the radio, or that I have to play it in front of people. And if I don't rush on the stereo to stop it, and if I'm not ashamed of or embarrassed with any second of it, is that the song is done. The other big conflict is try to find a good balance between your desire of experimenting in each song. Try to content the people that like what you are doing, accept what you are good at and what you are not good at, because it's a very fragile balance. For instance, I always dreamed about making some rap and R&B song, and it's something that I had to realize through my career that I can do it, because I'm not American. I don't have this flow. I don't have this, this groove on the voice. And sometimes you have to stick to what you're good at. The best thing is to let it happen. And I think that the main thing on it is to maintain the same enthusiasm that I had when I was a 10 years old kid, and that I wanted to live this dream.